Hi everyone, I guess we are live. Let me introduce myself. My name is Zakaria and I am the regional manager of in2synergy supporting Ulster University. And today we'll be launching the in2synergy and Ulster University officially. So today I will be the host of Ulster University, and we have Mr. Mohammad Miah, who is the CEO of in2synergy, and he'll be talking about how in2synergy and Ulster University are working together. Thank you.
Thank you, Zakaria, and thank you for actually Natasha as well, I think, joining us very shortly from the Ulster University. Thank you, everyone, for joining us our live session today. Ulster University and in2synergy in partnership in Bangladesh. So if I give you a little bit briefing about the in2synergy, then I will be talking about the partnership with Ulster University in Northern Ireland main campus. in2synergy started its operation earlier this year. in2synergy is pioneering, providing strategic one-step solution to educational institution in emerging market like Bangladesh. We are very excited launching and these services for the international institutions. Like other three universities, Ulster actually recently came on board, and we are very much delighted promoting Ulster University in Bangladesh. So what actually that we're going to do, we have a dedicated the regional manager at in2synergy supporting Ulster, Zakaria, you can see with me. So we'll be providing all the necessary support to promote locally with the local presence in Bangladesh. We have a dedicated regional manager. We have an office. We have a marketing team. We'll be actually providing all the necessary support to provide to promote this university. So I'm so excited for this partnership, and we are looking forward to promote and making this partnership in different level. So I hope my colleague Natasha will be joining shortly to tell more details about this partnership and how we actually work and what are the benefits that the students can actually get from Ulster University, and what are the courses and the facilities the Ulster University offering to international students. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammad Miah, for your briefing. So now, dear all students and agents, so let me introduce you Ms. Natasha Walsh, who is the regional manager acting of Ulster University.
Hello,
Hi, Natasha.
I'm absolutely delighted to be here. Thank you for introducing me.
Thank you so much. So how are you?
I am very good, thank you. I'm very good. So yes, I'm absolutely delighted to be joining in2synergy today. As Mohammad very rightly said, Zakaria will be supporting Ulster. You will have full insight into Ulster University's scholarships, our courses, and you will be a font of all knowledge for Ulster University Northern Ireland campuses in Bangladesh. So I am delighted to be working with you both. It's a very exciting time. And it's a very exciting time, I guess, for students from Bangladesh looking to come to the UK to study, both in a post-COVID era, as the market opens up again, and as there's a really positive feeling again, and also obviously with the emergence of the 2-year post-study work visa, which obviously all our students that will be coming to Ulster from September 2021 onwards will be able to avail of. So yes, delighted to be working with you both, and it is a very exciting time.
Thank you so much, Natasha. So speaking of Ulster University, so we all know that we have 4 main campuses in Northern Ireland, right? So can you please tell me about the history and furthermore about Ulster University, about the courses, the entry requirements for, and some more information which might help the Bangladeshi students? Thank you.
Absolutely. So I'll just give you a very quick 1-minute overview, and then I'll launch into a presentation that I have that gives you a bit more insight into our courses, scholarships and fees and so on. So Ulster University is actually a relatively young university, but our heritage actually dates almost 200 years. The university began as an art college, and Ulster is still very well known for fine art, architecture, and anything to do with the arts, including modern day animation and so on. What Ulster is very well known for is the cost of living, which is very low, and also placement. So Ulster is very focused. I wouldn't call us a traditional university in any sense. We are very focused on getting students industry ready, in connecting with companies, and also in placement opportunities. And those placement opportunities are also factored into many of the master's degrees that we offer at Ulster. Mohammad and Zakaria, is it okay if I share my screen to share the presentation? Does that work okay for
It will be
you?
really helpful. It will be really helpful.
Perfect. Bear with me 2 seconds. Okay. Okay, can you let me know if you can now see
Yes, we can
this
see.
presentation? Excellent, brilliant. Okay, please interrupt me at any time if the presentation drops off or if you can't hear me, because I obviously cannot see you. So I am Natasha. I am currently Regional Manager for South and Southeast Asia. And I would welcome a chat with any students who are interested in applying to Ulster at any time. So the main focus, I guess, to start today's presentation is when a student is considering the UK for their studies, many will say, why Northern Ireland? Why not London or Birmingham or many of the typical UK cities that students from Bangladesh tend to go to? I have a short video, so please let me know if you cannot see this, a very short video that tries to show you some of the highlights of Northern Ireland and why you should study here.
Why should you study in Northern Ireland? It may seem like a tiny country, but we have the happiest people in the UK.
It's grand.
Some of the most beautiful locations in the world, and it's rich in culture too. Have we mentioned the cuisine? You can try soda bread, 15s, and the Ulster fry. You know what else can make things right? Ulster University. At Ulster University, we've got 4 stunning campuses. We're one of the biggest universities in the UK. Pharmacy and pharmacology are number 1, and town and property management number 2. But there's plenty more winning courses for you to choose from. We've got it all. 94% of our graduates are in work or further study within 6 months of graduating. And we have students from over 100 countries.
Apa kabar?
Ahoy.
Namaste.
You might even pick up some Irish along the way.
What's the crack? It's something like what's up?
If all this didn't convince you, then let us give you some more reasons to come and study at Ulster. We're one of the most affordable and safest places to study in the UK. We know how to have a good time, and most importantly, all of these people have had a great Irish experience, and we know you will too. So what are you waiting for?
Okay, so that gives you a short insight into Northern Ireland, and we'll go through some of the points that we discussed in that, such as obviously affordability. We are very easy to get to. There are 2 main airports in Belfast, which is actually very different to mainland England. Our student accommodation is actually within a 20-minute drive to your nearest airport, and that airport gets you to London within 40 minutes, and there's 35 flights a day to London, so we're very well connected. Our employability rate is at an all-time high. We have a thriving tourist economy. Many students will have heard of Game of Thrones, which is filmed in Northern Ireland, which has really driven tourism. And obviously the Titanic was built in Northern Ireland, so many tourists come to Northern Ireland to see that. We have the happiest people in the UK, which I completely agree with. And most importantly, we have a very low cost of living compared to the rest of the UK across your rent, your food, your transport, and social life. The Financial Times actually listed Northern Ireland in the top 10 digital economies of the future, and that is the only UK city outside of London to be listed. Northern Ireland is a very small country with a very booming economy. And one of the reasons for that is because of Brexit. Northern Ireland is both within Ireland, so within the EU, but also within the UK. And many, many multinational companies in the last number of years have set up head offices in the UK to capitalise on that, because we have very special rules and regulations. It is also a very safe place to live, and we have the lowest crime rate in the UK. In terms of graduate opportunities, the financial sector is huge, and it really is fast outpacing London. And part of the reason for that is indeed Brexit. Multinational companies such as Citi, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, these are all companies that are multinational and who have head offices in Northern Ireland. This is just a snapshot of some of the leading courses that Ulster offers and the job opportunities. This is a snapshot for data science, and this is across the UK. There's over 14,000 job opportunities within data science at the moment, and that's across Northern Ireland, England, Scotland, and Wales. Many of our students from Bangladesh and across South Asia, they will choose Ulster University for their studies because the cost of living is so low. With post-study work visa, when you graduate, you can work and go anywhere within the UK. So as a data scientist, many of these leading companies that are actually recruiting, Apple, EY, Ernst Young, LinkedIn, they all have presence in Belfast or the island of Ireland. Again, this is looking at opportunities specifically within Belfast city centre. So for IT, for example, a snapshot, I think this was taken just last month, 1,600 graduate job opportunities. In law, again, a really huge booming law sector with many American law firms who have set up in Belfast. In finance, almost 500 jobs listed in one day for finance. So why Ulster University? We have 4 main campuses, which Mohammad has already outlined in Northern Ireland. Many of them are absolutely beautiful, such as the McGee campus, which is in the photograph on the right-hand side. Our heritage, as I mentioned, dates almost 200 years. But what is really significant for our students starting in September 21 is we are actually opening a brand new Belfast city centre campus. This is currently over £300 million investment, and we are the only city centre campus in the whole of Northern Ireland. This is a snapshot of how it is currently looking and how it will look when it is open in September. So it really is in the heart of Belfast city centre, and new accommodation is being built and is opening right beside the campus. It is state-of-the-art, brand new facilities, with also dedicated spaces for international students, which is really special. Really importantly, because I'm sure this is going to be a question, I wanted to give you a COVID update. So in Northern Ireland, we are in an incredibly strong position. Nearly 1.1 million people have now been vaccinated in Northern Ireland. And we have a small population. Our population is only 1.8 million, so we are well ahead. All students on a Tier 4 visa with the NHS will be eligible to receive the vaccine, and currently those over 40 are being vaccinated, and they anticipate that by the end of the summer, everybody over the age of 20 will have received a vaccine if they wish. Retail and hospitality is also anticipated to open at the end of this month, which is great to see. Okay, going back to our courses, and obviously the most important teaching and learning at Ulster, we have very high rankings across many subject areas. Looking at arts, humanities and social sciences, as I mentioned, we started out as an art design college and we're 8th in the UK for that. We're also very strong within the area of law and we're currently ranked 7th for impact in world leading research in law. And we have the UK's only Transitional Justice Institute for those that are interested in perhaps human rights, human and civil rights, also music, film production, and humanities subjects such as English and history. For life and health sciences programs, we are 5th in the UK for biosciences, and nursing is our hugely popular program in this area. Students who are graduating from nursing in Ulster at the moment are walking straight into a job. We have a huge demand for nurses in Northern Ireland at the moment. Ulster is one of the only OSCE test centres in the UK. An OSCE test centre is the formal qualification that nurses have to get before they can work within the NHS. Ulster trains students within this, and also you can do OSCE preparation in addition to our Masters in Nursing, which is a 1-year Masters offered at Ulster. For computing engineering and the built environment, we are 2nd in the UK for land and property management, and we're actually 9th overall for electronic and electrical engineering, and across engineering we are 12th. The placement opportunities within engineering are huge. They are all with world leading industry partners, and all of them are vetted by Ulster University lecturers. So you're getting real world on the ground experience. Some of the programs leading in this, which we will go through in a moment, data science, artificial intelligence, and computer science. And all of those are actually available as a 2-year Masters. Within the business school, our accounting is one of the standout programs within this school. We're 11th in the UK for accounting and finance, and it is fully ACCA accredited. We also offer MBA, international business, marketing, management, and hospitality and tourism. All of these programs are available as a 2-year Masters, and we also have every single one of these programs available as a bachelor's degree with 1 year fully paid placement. For those looking to do foundation, we have an integrated foundation year, which means that you start at year 0 and you progress straight into year 1 of your course without having to reapply, or we have a 1-year foundation programme. We keep the cost of our foundation extremely low. It is £14,910. However, you are guaranteed a scholarship of £4,000. Also, just to say that foundation programme is delivered at our brand new Belfast city centre campus. Okay, so we have a number of 2-year Masters available, all with industry experience. And that industry experience is either through an advanced practice module, which is 1 year working with an employer, or a research project, in collaboration with industry partners, and that is known as applied research. So for example, data science, computer science and artificial intelligence, you can do as a 1-year Masters or 2 years with applied research. Within the business school, MBA, marketing, international business, management, hospitality and tourism is all available with an advanced practice module, which is a 15-week internship. Okay. The important thing about Ulster, the reason we do not do a full 1-year internship is if you do a 1+1, a strict 1+1 Masters, and you as a student do not find a placement, it means that your visa will be curtailed and you will just leave with your 1-year Masters. At Ulster, we wanted to support international students as best as we could. So if through support from the business school, There is no placement available for you if you do not successfully secure a placement after interviews and so on. The business school will guarantee you a consultancy project working with one of those industry partners. And the consultancy projects are actually preferable sometimes to the placements, and many international students have opted for them. One of our current students I know is working with the Tourist Board to look at how we can better promote our city of Derry in the north of Northern Ireland. So really strong partners, excellent for CVs and experience. Looking at entry criteria, for undergrad, we accept diploma, 75% or above, or a 2 years bachelor's degree with 50% or above. For postgrad, so we accept any master's degree or a 4-year bachelor's degree with 55% or above. English language. We no longer accept medium of instruction, MOI, or English proficiency letters. The reason for this is in October of last year, UKVI updated their English language requirements. So we want to ensure that our students are best supported and that their English language level is of a perfect standard, that not only will they successfully complete their degree or master's, they will progress on to a great graduate job within the UK. And to be able to get any of those graduate jobs, English must be perfect. We accept TOEFL, IELTS indicator, both online, language cert, PTE academic, and we also have our own internal English test, which students can apply to through in2synergy. We also offer pre-sessional English courses, and at the moment those are online, so students do not need to travel too early to the UK, both 7 weeks from IELTS 5.5 or 11 weeks from IELTS 5.0. Okay, looking to the all-important fees. So our undergrad fees over the next 3 years, they start from 14,910 for this September, ranging up to 16,000. For a 1-year master's, it is 14,910, and for a master's with advanced practice or applied research over 2 years, it's just over £20,000. Now, the important thing is you will receive a scholarship. Okay, so the scholarship for postgrad is £2,000. For undergrad, it's actually £6,000, £2,000 per year, and foundation is £4,000. So if we apply the scholarships, for a 1-year master's, the fees are £12,900. For a 2-year master's, the fees are £18,000. And we also support students with a fully flexible payment plan, which you can spread costs over 5 equal instalments. And the deposit we ask for at Ulster is £2,000. If for whatever reason a student does not secure their visa or they decide to withdraw, the deposit is fully refundable. So students do not need to worry about that. The cost of living is very low at Ulster and across Northern Ireland. Our university accommodation is approximately £90 per week, and that includes all utilities, electricity, gas, Wi-Fi, except for food. Travel, bus, trains is about £12 per week, but all our accommodation is on campus or beside campus, so you rarely need travel or bus or train costs. Grocery shops, students typically spend about £16 per week, and mobile 3 to 5. Okay, so the other really unique thing about Northern Ireland is if you decide to choose private rented accommodation, for example, if there are 4 or 5 students that wish to rent a student house, in Northern Ireland, you do not pay water charges and you also do not pay council tax. The way it works in Northern Ireland is the landlord, whoever owns the property, they have to pay the council tax. And you can get very good student accommodation for approximately £45 per week. But please do bear in mind that that does not include your utilities such as your gas and electricity. Okay, student jobs. So students will be aware, or may not be, you can work 20 hours per week on your Tier 4 visa. In Northern Ireland, there are just 2 universities, Ulster and Queen's. It means that there's a great student population, but it also means that competition for student jobs is slightly less than a big city where there may be numerous universities and colleges. Looking at a typical snapshot of what's available, sales assistants within retail, and there's many jobs at the moment for both hospitality delivery drivers and also supermarket assistants. The minimum wage in the UK is £8.72 for those aged 25 and above. Accommodation for international students. So university accommodation is guaranteed for international students, and we really would urge students to consider this. It's only a 5 to 10 minute walk to class on campus, very reasonably priced from £90 per week, and that is for private bedrooms, private bathrooms, Wi-Fi, and all the facilities that you would expect, such as sports centre, coffee shops, and laundry. I will show you a link to some of the brand new student accommodation that we have in Belfast City Centre. So this has just opened up beside the new Belfast campus. And as you can see, it is absolutely state-of-the-art, brand new and beautiful. So we have many international students living within this accommodation, which is on 123 York Street at the moment. Then just to close, the most important factor about Ulster is we really focus on supporting you and your career. 94% of our graduates are in work or further study within 6 months, and our focus is on career work placements. We have a career guidance centre on every single campus, and we do support you. The best students who put themselves out there will get the best jobs. And it really is just to assure you that at Ulster, the support is there if you want it. Okay, so we really do all that we can to help you. For applications, please do go through in2synergy, who will help you collate all your documents, your academic documents, advise you on English language and your statement of purpose. And that is me come to an end. So bear with me 2 minutes and I will just stop sharing my screen.
Thank you so much, Natasha, for this beautiful presentation, I must say. So we have earned a lot of knowledge from this presentation, obviously. So my next question is to you, Natasha. Can you please tell me about the Bangladeshi students who are already over there in Northern Ireland, in Ulster University?
Yeah.
Tell us about the life and the experience.
Yeah, of course. So at the moment at Ulster, we have a small Bangladesh student population. It's approximately 25 students. And then on top of that, we have PhD students from Bangladesh, and we actually also have lecturers, many lecturers from Bangladesh who previously did PhDs at Ulster many years ago. Many students will say that's quite a small population of Bangladesh students, and I would agree, but it's actually a really good thing. Many UK universities will recruit thousands of international students every single year. It makes it more difficult to find placements, to get part-time jobs, and also to get to know people. If you are just a number in a sea of thousands of people, life is a bit more difficult. But at Ulster, there's a real family community feel. I know many of the students that have come from Bangladesh this year. When COVID, when the cafes and restaurants reopen, there will be a plan to get together. There's a lovely community feel. There's more opportunities as well to get to know your course directors. So all students from Bangladesh, international students, are assigned with a studies advisor. And that study advisor will be within your course. It means if you have any issues, if you have any problems in accessing materials, you can go directly to that study advisor. So I would say that the community spirit is really strong. And I would say that genuinely students get a really warm welcome, And it's something For example, last year, now this was an American international student, she was just about to leave and she was walking through university accommodation, so on the campus, and she had a friend visit from London, and she was at another university. And her lecturer walked over to her and said her name, and they were about to finish. She was about to graduate, and her lecturer said that she was really going to miss her, and she had done incredible work, and just congratulations, and best wishes for the future. And this student that was studying in London said, "Oh my goodness, did your lecturer know your name?" Everybody knows everyone. It's just a nice way of life.
I want to add with actually on that point, if I may. Yeah, I have actually personally visited this beautiful, actually Belfast, beautiful city. Bangladeshi is, as you know, that in UK, everywhere there is a big Bangladeshi community. It's not like different in Northern Ireland. In the Belfast, there's a big Bangladeshi community. There's the Bangladeshi shopping malls, Bangladeshi food store, as well as mosque. And I think although it's a separate country there, and from London, just half an hour fly, and it's connected major of the UK cities. Scotland, Edinburgh, Manchester, Southampton. So it is not very difficult to travel from the Northern Ireland to another part of the other country. So in terms of the job, as like other place in UK, the restaurants job is Northern. Again, there are also lots of Indian restaurants run by the Bangladeshi locally. So the job opportunities there, so there's a big community. Another point I want to just make clear to the students, there is the Ulster University London campus and Birmingham campus. So we're actually talking about the Ulster University main campus, the based in Belfast. Okay, so don't actually miss up. Okay, so there is the main campus, the based in Northern Ireland, and this university we are promoting in Bangladesh. I want to add one more point that we have office, Ulster University office, dedicated office, and the dedicated regional manager is actually address is our Lily Tower in Shimanti Square, second floor. So I think you can find more details in our in2synergy website, where you will find all the details. And if you also find our details, if you can follow our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram account and LinkedIn account, you can get more details about Ulster University and also our regional office. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Mr. Mohammad Miah. So speaking of Northern Ireland, as it was a part of Ireland before 19th century, and now it is become a part of UK. So I must say that this particular country, has some vibe of Europe and UK, both, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So many of your
So,
students will be aware. Oh, sorry, Zakaria, go ahead.
no, please go ahead.
So you mentioned that we're both part of Ireland and part of the UK, which is completely true. That is very unique, and following Brexit, which many of your students will be aware of, it's actually opened lots of opportunities. We have many multinational companies that have set up head offices in Belfast because of the unique relationship that Northern Ireland has with both the UK and the EU.
Yeah, true. So, can you please tell us, Natasha, that how is it like to live in Northern Ireland? Tell us about the beauty of Northern Ireland. As we already heard a lot of it. So,
yeah, of course. Northern Ireland is pretty unique in that no matter where you are, you're always no more than a 10-15 minute bus journey, or even a walk to a mountain or to the sea, or to the nearest beach. It is absolutely beautiful. For any of your students that have watched Game of Thrones, most of Game of Thrones was all filmed in Northern Ireland. So within 30 minutes of Belfast, you could be at a castle. There's many castles in Northern Ireland. The scenery is just absolutely stunning. So most weekends, as a family, with my husband, we would go to the beach, we would go for forest walks, but equally, we can also go to Belfast city centre, Derry city centre, where there is major shopping malls, All of the world's leading brands are in Belfast, and also Belfast is very unique for food. We have many Michelin-starred restaurants in which obviously once students graduate, they'll be able to go to. But Northern Ireland is a great food scene. And as Mohammed's already mentioned, we have many different types of supermarkets, especially if Bangladeshi students are trying to find food from home. We have lots of student restaurants. It's just a really unique, thriving place to live that's both a great mix of city centre living, but also within 10 minutes, you're in the beautiful countryside or at the beach.
True, true. Thank you so much for your feedback. So we have a question from a student, I guess. So she's asking, Ms. Jannat Mishu. So she's asking, is there any placement year course for postgraduates?
Yeah, absolutely. So it depends on what area, what course you would like to study. So, for example, within the business school, all our masters come with advanced practice, and that can either be a work-based placement or a consultancy project with a company. And it's important to note that that is guaranteed. We will guarantee you work experience within the business school for your placement year. And likewise, if you want to do a course within, for example, computing or engineering, all the masters come with applied research. Now that applied research, because of the nature of the program, it's more research based, but it's in conjunction or in collaboration with an industry partner. It's perfect for students that want to build their network with a company, a UK company, or also perhaps progress onto a PhD. It's brilliant. It's brilliant to find an insight into fully funded PhDs through that route as well.
So I guess Ms. Janat Mishu has found her answer. So we have another student called Mr. Atal Rahman Maruf, and he's asking that BBA completed in 2014 from BUPT, and his CGPA was 3.29 and IELTS 5.5 in all bands. Which course is perfect for me?
He is open to study whatever course he wishes to, as long as it's not computing. So all of our courses, except for computing and engineering, have no prerequisites. Obviously, the likes of nursing. So the opportunities are there for MBA, for international business, marketing. He could also go on to look at some of the more finance-based programs if he has previous experience or has completed any modules in maths, accounting or finance. English language, his IELTS is 0.5 of a band below what we would need. However, we will have our own internal English test, so he is completely eligible for that. And we would definitely welcome an application.
Alright. So speaking of internal test, can you please tell us that what is the procedures and all the histories?
Yeah, no problem at all. So at Ulster, students get an offer letter within 2 to 3 working days. So that's a conditional offer letter. And in that conditional offer letter, we will ask you to upload all your academic documents, one of which will be English language. So from May onwards, Ulster's English language test will be launched. It is completely online. It's a similar format to other English tests, for example, PTE Academic. But students do get a really good duration of time to do it, so there's more flexibility. You also get lots of practice. We send you a practice code, and obviously colleagues within in2synergy will be able to prep all the applicants very well. So students do not need to worry. They will get full support. I just want to reinforce though, obviously students would prefer not to have to do an English test and to submit an MOI. That does not stand you well in the long run. If you wish to progress to work and live in the UK, your English really has to be perfect. If you want to work for a multinational company after you graduate, your English has to be excellent. So those companies, not just the university, those companies will be looking at your English language level. So if students have completed the English test through Ulster, that is evidence of your English language ability. So please do not look at it as a hurdle. We are there to fully support you in it, and it really is essential that you do it. So yes, hopefully that helps explain. And the minimum requirement for that is 6.0.
Yes, thank you so much, Natasha, for clarifying our students that how much they need the English test requirements to show their English proficiency level. So, our next question from Munir Hussain, and he's saying that please may I know what is the last date of application for coming intake for masters? Thanks in
Yeah,
advance.
no problem at all. So I actually need to look up the exact date, but before I do that, what I would actually say to students is, because the last date isn't up until the summer, so our application deadline is actually the first week of August 2021. So basically the end of July, start of August. However, if you're wishing to apply for scholarships, if you are wishing to get your visa in order, please apply as soon as possible. Apply right now, Munir. So if you are researching your courses now, please get in touch. The process it's a very simple process, but in terms of getting your documents in order, it can take a little bit of time, as any administration does. You have our full support, but please apply soon. And that's purely based on those who apply early can apply for scholarships, and they can apply for their visa earlier, and they can get their documents in order.
I think we've got another
So I
question.
guess, Mr. Yes, we have another question from Mr. Razin. So Mr. Razin was saying that is there any particular scholarship based on spectacular academic results?
Based on academic results. At the moment, we have a great scholarship from British Council, which is £10,000. All students from Bangladesh will receive a guaranteed scholarship of £2,000. And in collaboration with yourself, we will look at students on an individual basis. There are a small number of scholarships for courses such as data science, computer science, and artificial intelligence, and engineering. Those are given by the school. So what I would say to students is apply early, submit your academic documents early, and those decisions are made on a case-by-case basis, depending on your previous academic results.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the answer. I guess Mr. Razin has his answer. So, my next question is one of our applicants was really very concerned about the study gap. So, can you tell me that how much study gap are we accepting for Ulster University?
Students are always so worried about study gaps. And as long as you can show that you have worked and you have gained professional experience, you do not need to worry about a study gap. For example, I graduated in 2008. If I wanted to go and do a master's, that is okay. And it is the same for an international student. As long as on your statement of purpose, you can clearly show that you have worked each of those years and that you have had professional development and professional working experience. From a UKVI visa perspective, we are just looking, or UKVI are just looking for genuine students. So as long as you can show that your studies are related to either the career that you want to pursue or your current work experience, that's completely fine. Please do not worry about a study gap. Now that is
Thank you
Ulster's
so much
policy. I might be able to advise for others, but that is our current policy at Ulster.
It's a wonderful policy, I must say, because if many of our Bangladeshi students who has graduated, let's say 2010, but cannot submit his application to some particular universities because of their study gap. So it's a wonderful news for those students who.
We will accept. We have had some of our best students, for example, for law and data science, who have come with a wealth of industry experience. You will not be penalised. In fact, as long as your degree is recognised, your professional working experience, it is an advantage.
Yeah, true. So, okay. So, do you have any more questions? Yeah, let
I
me
think
know.
I can
So,
add a few points, Zakaria. Okay, so they were actually the students who actually joined. So we're actually having a live session with Natasha from the Ulster University. We have Zakaria is from at in2synergy supporting Ulster University. We are very much excited. So we have a dedicated regional manager supporting Ulster University in Bangladesh. So if you have any questions, even after this session, you can contact us. We have an office in Dhanmondi, Shimandi Square, Lily Tower, second floor. So from Bangladesh operation, Zakaria will be working dedicatedly and will be directly communicating with Natasha in terms of application and also scholarship information, and or also the in terms of the visa application and other issue. So you can connect with Zakaria, and Zakaria will be dedicated promoting the Ulster University in Bangladesh. I think it's a really exciting time, and I'm very much happy with this partnership. We just started, and I'm sure looking forwarding that very fruitful and very strong partnership, in coming intakes and year. And I think it's a very perfect time for Bangladesh. The Bangladesh economy is growing, and the huge number of students actually interested to go abroad, especially for the post-study work. I think this partnership actually happened in very perfect timing, So we are very much excited, and we're taking very seriously, and so that we can actually make the university we can recruit the quality students from Bangladesh, so that not the quantity, so that the quality students we can recruit. So that's why we have dedicated a team in Bangladesh to support Ulster. Thank you.
thank you so much, Mr. Mohammad Miah. So, we have another question from Mr. Shafqat Abrar. So, he's asking us that MBA programs needs work experience. So he's concerning about the MBA program and asking that if any student wants to have an MBA program, does he mandatory have some work experience in managerial level?
Not at managerial level. No, we ask for 2 years work experience, but it is flexible. So that work experience can include things like your university experience if you had a placement. It could include working within a family business. It can also include part-time work. You do not need 2 years managerial level work experience. And we have an executive MBA, which you do need work experience for, but for Ulster's MBA, you need 2 years work experience, but that can be of any type: voluntary, community, or paid, or with a family.
Yes, thank you so much for clarifying. So, speaking of students, so I will ask and request every students and whoever watching this video to contact us directly in our Facebook page. We have Instagram, we have Quora, LinkedIn, Twitter. So feel free to ask any of your questions and directly contact with us. Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would also push students to do that sooner rather than later. I know that the experience can seem daunting. The application process of how do you actually study in the UK can seem quite long, or, where do I start? Genuinely, once you start, it is very simple. Please do contact the team on Facebook, social media, whatever platform you use. The only thing that you guys will start to ask for is things like your passport, your degree certificate, or your school documents. Get those in order and get those through to the team. But honestly, with myself, with in2synergy, you have full support. So please get in contact now. Do not leave it until July, August, especially for applying for the visa.
Thank you. So I myself have one question for the students, on behalf of the students. Sorry. So many of our students is concerning that how Ulster University and in2synergy can help Bangladeshi applicants about the offer processing and all the steps. So can you please tell us that how much time they will get the offer letter?
Yeah, no problem at all. So that's also one of the advantages of contacting yourself, because it speeds up the process. So students will get a conditional offer letter via email within 2 to 3 working days. Following that, then we will work together to make sure that the students' documents are all received and in order. And then as soon as all the documents are received, including English language and academic documents, it typically takes 2 to 3 weeks. However, for those students who have all their academic documents in order, that is one of the benefits of going through yourself, because it can take just up to 1 week. Okay.
Exactly. So let me check that if there is any more questions from the students. No.
I think
So
pretty much cover everything, you know. So it was a good session, Natasha. Thank you very much for joining us today. And I think we hope that Zakaria will arrange more live sessions. And for the viewers, please follow us in our Facebook. So more Facebook live sessions, even the Zoom session will arrange. Zakaria will arrange to know more. And if you have any questions, you can connect with the team. So I think, Zakaria, final words from your side, and Natasha before we finish.
From myself, I am very excited to work with Tasha in some upcoming months, and we'll be doing lots of events, lots of Facebook live sessions and question answer sessions to help Bangladeshi students, and we'll be looking forward to you. So thank you, Ms. Natasha and Mr. Mohammad Miah, for joining us today in this official launching of Ulster University and in2synergy working together. And Ms. Natasha, I will asking you to have some.
Yeah.
Final remarks, yeah. Okay.
No problem at all. Just to say thank you to everyone for joining us. It's been an absolute delight to host this session with in2synergy. It's a delight to work with the team moving forward. And for any students that are listening, please don't delay. Honestly, send a quick message and you will always have our full support. You'll have my support and you'll have the team support at in2synergy.
100%, 100%. So, thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Mr. Mia. I'm very much excited. So, have a nice day. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.